Good morning, all of you. Today's class we are going to discuss about a regular topic, that is first unit in 10th class physics, reflection of light. Reflection of light. So in this unit there is one more thing, that is refraction of light also. So what is reflection of light? So most of you have gone through this. So what is reflection of light? So first we consider what is light. Light is a form of energy. Light is a form of energy which gives us sensation of seeing, or which gives us sensation of seeing objects. So without light we cannot see the objects. So normally what is the basic idea of an object? For example, if we consider some object, so here there is some light prevailing. So what is the major source of light? Let us consider it is sun. So the light is coming from the sun, or in the night time, during the night time we consider a candle or a bulb, which is the source of light. So this light is incidenting, coming from this source, and it is incidenting on the object, and again it is reflected back, or it comes back, and we can see this object. When this light enters into our eye, we can able to see the object. So this is the mechanism of seeing an object. So the speed of light, normally speed of light is 3 into 10 to the power of 8 meters per second. So in your 9th class you have learnt about the speed of sound. Speed of sound is around 330 meters per second. So when you consider the speed of sound, with respect to speed of sound, speed of light is very large. That is why whenever lightning happens, first we see light, later after few seconds we can able to hear the sound, because speed of light is more than speed of sound. Hence light reaches our eyes first, then sound reaches our ears next. So that is a basic thing. Next, if we consider the primary source of light, that is sun, is a large source of light on the earth. Next, we consider what is a medium. So light is traveling through a medium. The substance which allows light is called medium. So the medium means substance which allows the passage of light through it. It is called medium. So this medium is divided into three types. One is transparent, and second one is translucent, and third one is opaque. So transparent means which allows light to pass through it. Example, glass allows light to pass through it. So second, translucent means oiled paper which is soaked in oil. If you see through one side of the paper, we can see partially, we cannot see the complete object. But whereas when you see through the glass, we can able to see the light object clearly, so that the light coming from the object is passing through the glass medium and it can reach our eyes, hence we can able to see the object. Next one is opaque. Opaque means which does not allow light to pass through it. For example, wood. Suppose you place a piece of wood in between the object and your eyes. Light from the object will not pass through your eyes, pass to your eyes through the wood. Hence we cannot able to see it. So these are the examples of different kinds of medium. And what is next one is source. Next one more important thing is here, in case of speed of light, we take a vacuum is one medium, and other than vacuum, air, and other remaining water. Mediums means different types of mediums, water, and we can consider diamond, glass. So like this we can have different types of medium. So in vacuum, the speed of light is maximum 3 into 10 to the power of 8 meters per second. In all other mediums, it is less than 3 into 10 to the power of 8 meters per second. It is less than 3 into 10 to the power of 8 meters per second. So here we will consider the source of light. So light is source. What is the source of light? Source means which gives light. Which gives light. Which object which gives light. Object gives light is the source of light. So here example we can take it as stars. So these are the objects, and here next one is sun. A candle, burning candle, like this we can have. So these will give the light by themselves. So by some process light is generated by these objects. For example, if you take wood cannot generate light. So the objects which produce light by themselves are called as self-luminous bodies. Self-luminous objects are self-luminous bodies. So stars, sun, candle, these are all examples of self-luminous bodies or luminous bodies. So next another one is non-luminous bodies. Non-luminous bodies. What are non-luminous bodies? Which cannot provide light or which cannot emit light by themselves. They will not produce light by themselves. So these are called non-luminous bodies. So the examples of these non-luminous bodies are, say for example, wood. So light has to fall on the wood, and again it must be reflected back. Simply moon, for example, you take a moon. How we are seeing moon? So light from sun incidents on the moon, it is reflected back, and on the earth we are able to see the moon. So when it reaches our eyes, we can able to see the moon. So like this they are non-luminous objects. So how can we consider light? Light is normally it is a wave. So for our convenience we can represent it by ray. Light ray. So what is ray? Suppose you want to, this is the direction of flow of energy. Energy is flowing in which direction? So if you want to understand this clearly, so you can take a candle or a light bulb, and light is given by it. So we just in case of normal triangle we can draw like this. But in physics, if you want to draw, you can consider a light ray is starting from the source and it is going towards the observer. That is, the person who is seeing is called as observer. This is the object or source of light. So the light is starting from the source of light and it goes to an object or any other thing. So this is the direction. This arrow indicates the direction of flow of light energy. So we can able to draw light rays like this. A group of light rays can be drawn like this. So this is how we can represent the light ray. So this collection of light rays is called as beam. Suppose you want to consider beam of light. What is beam of light? Collection of light rays. So what is the collection of these light rays? Here there are different beams of light. First one is parallel beam. So what is parallel beam? You can consider light rays which are parallel to each other. So this is a parallel beam of light ray. And second one, convergent beam. Converge means Converge means to meet at a point. So lines are going to meet at a point. Suppose you draw the parallel beam, you draw infinitely, you extend these lines infinitely, they will not meet at any point. Suppose you want to make some lines meeting at a point, you have to draw like this. So these light rays should be pointing towards a point, fixed point. So this beam is called, it is a collection of light rays which are going to meet at a point. This beam is called convergent beam. This beam is called as convergent beam. And third one, divergent beam. Divergent beam. Divergent beam means, so here also the light rays are going to diverge. So they start from a point and they are diverging, they are emerging, or they are moving away from that point. So this is the divergent beam of light rays. So convergent beam, parallel beam and divergent beam. So in our daily life, where we can see this type of beams, for example, you take a torchlight. So if you switch on the torchlight, we can able to see the light rays are diverging. So if you measure the width of the beam, how can we say this is a divergent beam? So starting from the bulb, if you measure the width, we can observe the width. So the width of the beam is increasing. It is increasing as you go away from the source. As you go along the direction of the light rays, the width of the beam is increasing. Then we can say that the light beam is called divergent beam. Suppose in the direction of the light rays, if you start from one point and you are moving in the direction of the light rays, the width of the beam is decreasing or reducing or converging to a point. We call it as convergent beam. So in the direction of the light rays, the width of the beam remains the same. This is the width of the beam. So this remains the same. Then we call it as parallel beam of light rays. Parallel beam of light rays. So where we get this parallel beam? So here in the divergent beam, we will get for an example of light beam given by a torchlight. So convergent beam means whenever the reflection takes place or refraction takes place, the reflected rays or refracted rays, they will converge to a point. So while going through it, we can able to see it. Next one, parallel beam of light rays. Parallel beam means whenever the object is at infinity, very large distance, then the light rays coming from that source are parallel beam of light rays, or parallel beam of light rays. So like this, we can understand parallel beam, convergent beam and divergent beam. Parallel beam, convergent beam and divergent beam. And next one, regarding this light rays, next important aspect is, so whenever we consider a surface, whenever we consider a reflecting surface, for example, you take a mirror. So you take a mirror. What is mirror? It is a glass slab, a thin glass slab, which is coated with aluminum or mercury. So these two materials are very good having reflecting properties. Whenever light incidents on them, that material will not allow the light to pass through it. It will send back that light into the same medium. So like this, if you consider this light is incidenting on it. This light is incidenting on it. So this is a glass, means it's a transparent medium. So very thin glass slab. So the light is going to transmit into this medium, and partially the light is going to send back into the same medium. So this phenomena, whenever the light incidents on a reflecting surface or a surface, an object, the light is partially transmitted or it is passed into the second medium, and partially it is sent back into the same medium. This phenomena is called reflection of light. What is the use of reflection of light? We can see the images of objects. First one is reflection of light. First use is formation of images. So if you see in a plane mirror, you are standing in front of the plane mirror and you are observing your image in the plane mirror. Why it happens? So let us consider this is the plane mirror, and the object is placed in front of it, and you are standing in front of it. So the light from you, each and every part, that is head, toe, hands, the light is incidenting on it, and it is again reflected. Based on the incidence, it again comes back or reflects back, so that you will get the image of this object, image of your body inside the mirror or the other side of the mirror. Then we can say that image of you are able to see it. So this is the important application of reflection of light. That is the formation of image. So next one, we can say what are the light rays. So first one is the light ray which is incidenting on the surface. So let us consider this is the mirror can be represented like this, and light rays are incidenting on it. So light ray is incidenting on it, and this is the point of incidence. I am taking only one ray. We can also consider beam of light rays. Beam of light rays means we consider parallel beam of light rays. So this is one light ray, second light ray 1, light ray 2, and this is a third light ray 3. So this is a parallel beam of light rays. So first light ray is incidenting at P, second light ray is incidenting at Q, and third light ray is incidenting at R. So now if you want to consider the reflection, so first you can draw a line which is passing through the point of incidence, that is point P, which is making an angle of 90 degrees with the surface, and this is called as normal. We call it as normal or perpendicular, normal to the surface, and the angle between the incident ray and the normal, we call it as angle of incidence. So whenever there are two lines they are meeting at a point, they will constitute some angle, and the angle between these two, that is normal and incident ray, the light ray that is incidenting is incident ray, this angle is called angle of incidence. I is equal to angle of incidence. And if you consider second light ray, it is also incidenting at point Q. So you can also again draw a normal passing through this point. So again here also the angle of incidence will be same, because these two light rays are parallel. And similarly at point R also you can consider. So this is also angle of incidence is I. After this the light ray is sent back into the same medium. It won't go into the mirror. It is again sent back into the same medium. So we take it as this is the reflected ray. So here it is a reflected ray. Similarly the second ray is also reflected. Similarly the third ray is also reflected. So third ray is also reflected. So the parallel beam which is incidenting on a surface is again reflected back. So in our daily life we can see this phenomena daily, that is a reflection of light from the mirror, plane mirror, or reflection of light from a highly polished surface, say a highly polished wooden bench or wooden table, or like this you can able to see the image of yourself if it is highly polished, or highly polished floor. So we can see the images of the object, or like this. So this is the phenomena that is happening in that case. And the angle between the reflected ray and the normal, we take it as R, that is angle of reflection, angle of incidence, angle of reflection. And one more, some angles are there. For our convenience we take it as, for example, this is the incident ray, and this is the reflected ray, and this is the reflected ray. Then this is the angle of incidence. So the angle between the surface and the incident ray, the angle between the surface on which the light ray is incidenting and the incident ray, we call it as glance angle of incidence. I is written for angle of incidence. If you write small g here, glance angle of incidence. So the glance angle Ig is equal to glance angle of incidence. Similarly RG you can take. RG means glance angle of reflection. Glance angle of reflection. Glance angle of reflection. Glance angle of incidence and glance angle of reflection. From these two we can derive a formula, derive a relation, because this is the normal. We have seen that the total angle starting from the surface to the normal is 90. So in between these two, if you again redraw the diagram, so this is the diagram. So diagram is like this, and this is the angle of incidence. This is angle of incidence, and this is angle of glance angle of incidence. So Ig plus I is equal to 90. Ig plus I is equal to 90. Ig is equal to glance angle of incidence is equal to 90 minus I. 90 minus I. So this is one important application which is useful for doing problems in reflection topic. So what is reflection? When light ray is incident on a polished surface like a plane mirror. So here the mirror is plane. Again we can talk about spherical mirrors also. So what is this mirror? It is a glass slab, very thin glass slab, which is coated with it is coated with aluminium or mercury, or we can call it as silvered surface. Silvered surface. So at this surface what happens? This light ray is reflected. It is reflected. So it is very thin. The transmitted light ray is taken to be very transmitted portion is taken to be very small, so that the light ray is reflected. 100% light energy is reflected. That is what we are going to consider. And next one, the light ray which is incidents on the surface is called incident ray. The light ray which reflects from the surface is called reflected ray. And the normal which is drawn to the point of incidence is a line which is drawn perpendicular to the surface is called normal to the point of incidence. And the angle made by the reflected ray, incident ray with the surface, mirror surface is the glance angle of incidence. The angle made by the reflected ray with the mirror surface is glance angle of reflection. And the relation is Ig plus I is equal to 90. So whenever we say that the light ray is incidenting on a surface at an angle of 30 degrees. So for example, we consider one example we will take. Example is, so light ray is incidenting. For example, we take this diagram. The light ray is incidenting like this, and this is 30 degrees. Now the question is, what is angle of incidence? So this is the surface. Now the question is, what is I? I means already we have taken this total angle is this one. Angle of incidence is this one. So 90 minus glance angle. So 90 minus 30. We can write it as 60 degrees. Angle of incidence is 60. So first condition. Next one is one more important application we have to see. Laws of reflection. Laws of reflection. What are these laws of reflection? So here we consider laws of reflection means we consider a mirror. For example, the mirror is not a single line. It is like a plane. Plane means it is having one length as well as breadth. So if you observe, the mirror will be like this. It is not a single consideration. It is like this. And this is called as plane of the mirror. This is a plane of the mirror. I will take it as mirror. We will take it as mirror. This is plane of mirror. This is plane of mirror. Plane of mirror. We can draw a line. We can draw a plane which is perpendicular to the mirror. So like this we can draw one more plane. So this is another plane, and this plane is like this. So this is a plane perpendicular to mirror. So light ray is incidenting on the mirror in this plane. So this is the plane in which the light ray is incidenting. Light ray is incidenting. Now we consider this is a point A, and you can draw the normal or perpendicular to the surface at point A. This is normal, and light ray is reflected like this. Light ray is reflected in the same direction. So here if we consider the orientation of this light ray, the light ray incident, normal and reflected ray, all are lying in which plane? Just on the mirror it is they are incidenting only at one point, but when you see they are in the plane. This is the plane of reflection. Plane of reflection. Plane of reflection. So plane of the mirror and plane of the reflection are perpendicular to each other, and the three light rays, normal and reflected ray, this is the incident ray, reflected ray and normal, all these three are in the same plane. All these three are in the same plane. So first one is incident ray, reflected ray and normal at the point of incidence, all lie in the same plane, that is what I have shown in the diagram. Next one is, if you consider this is angle of incidence and this is angle of reflection, so according to laws of reflection we can say that angle of incidence I is equal to angle of reflection R. Angle of incidence is equal to angle of reflection R. So by using these two laws we can able to draw the diagrams as well as we can able to solve the problems. So first of all, after considering these two, that is laws of reflection. What is laws of reflection? Incident ray, reflected ray and normal at the point of incidence all lie in the same plane, So second one, same plane means, for example, you are let us consider you are observing your image in the plane mirror. So I want to make you understand where is the plane of reflection in your case. If you are not able to understand, I can again try to make it you clear. So you are standing here in front of it. You are standing in front of the mirror. So light ray is incidenting and it is reflecting. So for example, this is incidenting and this is reflecting, and this is the normal to the point of incidence. So where these three lines are there, they are out of the plane. Here they are not in the plane. So here you can draw one more plane which is like this, perpendicular to the plane mirror. So all these light rays are in this plane. So light rays are incidenting, light rays are reflecting, and this is the normal. So this is called plane of reflection. Okay, with this I think you may get clarity. So these three lines, just we are representing three lines. So lines may be in the same plane or may not be in the same plane. How can we understand? So for example, you take this is one plane. So you consider two lines. So this is the line which is in the plane. So this is the line which is perpendicular to the plane, out of the plane. So with this you can get an idea. So if you observe, the light rays which are coming from the man are like this. So this is one line and this is the reflected line, and you can able to consider normal. So all these are lying in one plane. This is plane of reflection and it is perpendicular to plane of the mirror. So here if you can draw one mirror, this is perpendicular to the plane of the mirror. Like this we can understand this. So plane of mirror is most important. And next one is angle of incidence and angle of reflection are equal. They are equal. So before concluding this, again we will make one review, consideration. Light is a form of energy which gives sensation of seeing an object. How can we see see the objects? The light from the object falls on our eye and it forms the image of the object in retina. Then we can able to see the object. So where does this light comes from? There are two possibilities. One is the object itself gives light, self-luminous body, example star, or the light is incidenting on the object from other source of light, example sun and wood. Wood cannot give light by itself. So that is one example. Next one is medium. Second one is medium. What is medium? A substance which allows the passage of light through it is called medium. And these mediums are of three types: transparent, translucent and opaque. Opaque means which does not allow light to pass through it. And light travels at some speed. That speed is in vacuum. The medium is vacuum, where there is no air present. There is no air or any other matter is present. We take it as vacuum. In that vacuum, the speed of light is 3 × 10⁸ meters per second. For example, the distance, there is a lot of space between sun and earth. Our atmosphere is present only up to some distance. So this is earth. On the surface of the earth there is up to certain distance only there is atmosphere. Beyond this is vacuum. This is vacuum. So light from the sun is traveling through vacuum. It enters into the atmosphere, that is medium, and it reaches to the surface of the earth. So like this we can understand what is vacuum. And in any other medium, that is air, water, diamond, glass, other than vacuum, the speed of light is less than 3 into 10 to the power of 8 meters per second. So 3 into 10 to the power of 8 meters per second. And next one is one revision, that is ray. Next point, it is ray. What is ray? Direction of flow of energy. Ray represents, it is an mathematical abstract concept. It is an abstract concept. It represents the direction of flow of energy. So how can you represent the ray? You just draw the line and mark the arrow in the direction of energy. So if you observe, we can easily understand it. Beam of light. Beam means collection of light rays. You are collecting some light rays, or you are representing a large amount of light in case of collection of light rays. So parallel beam, convergent beam, and divergent beam. Next one is mirror. What is mirror? A glass plate, a thin glass plate which is coated with reflecting substances. So the property of the substance is reflecting. It reflects. It sends back the light into the same medium. So example here is aluminum. You can take it as aluminum. So it is coated with aluminum or something, so that light incidenting on it is reflected back. So that image is formed. And next one is incident ray, reflected ray, and normal. And the radiations are glancing angle and incident angle. And next it is loss of reflection. Loss of reflection. With this we can complete some topic. So today's class we have discussed about light introduction part. And if you consider one more point, that is if you want to construct the image construction, image formation. How can we form image formation? So first one is plane mirror. We consider plane mirror. So what is how is image formed by a plane mirror? So to form the image, the first condition is to form the image we require two light rays. Two light rays are required. Two light rays are